up a little bit in that, from that experience. And Nicholas Bear's got to be right in the middle of this thing. He was so good last year when we played these guys and won. He was such an integral part of our team, and he hasn't really been in his groove yet because he missed so much time. But little by little, he's getting there.
And just to add to that, Fran, I think Nicholas epitomizes the team even through this rough stretch. I haven't seen any head hanging.
No, he'll never do that. He's a leader in that locker room. He's a guy that's always positive, always locked in, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play tonight.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Brady Ellingson again. So much. The 16 points the other night was one thing, all in the second half, but that helped the rest of his game. He had a steal, he had a block shot, 4 assists, no turnovers. It's amazing to watch him play when he's on his game.
That's the way he's capable of playing, and that's the way he was playing. And I said, many times, it's unfortunate he was, thrust into the point guard position as a backup because of, Connor's sickness. And he just did it willingly. But now you're seeing him move without the ball, make some shots. Feed the post. I started he and Macy in the second half, 8 assists, no turns between the two of them. The ball movement was better. So I think you're going to see Brady continue to play the way he played the other night.
You went with a wholesale lineup change to start the second half. Might we see anything like that at the start of the game?
No, and we still had, TC in there. So no, it won't be any wholesale changes. Maybe a little bit.
Let's talk about Iowa State. Wigington and Jackson had 52 of their 90 the other night, but they're scoring more because Weiler Babb, since his move to point guard, has done a terrific job.
He's been the difference. He's averaging over 9 assists per game, really getting rid of the ball, moving the ball down the floor. They got great speed with those 3 guys. Jackson's focused now on scoring. He's their leading scorer, shooting really well from 3, shooting really well from the foul line. Wigington doesn't play like a freshman. So those guys, you get 2 veteran guys, and you got a guy who's a freshman who's really good, who's got a very mature game. So those guys are really attack-minded, aggressive offensive players. So, I think as good as the rest of their players are, it really is those 3 guys that are the difference.
Tell us about their inside game. They've got a lot of new faces in the paint this year.
Solomon Young's a good player. He played last year. Beverly's a transfer. Lard became eligible this year. He's got a chance. He really works hard.
Tax exemption for the following homeowners: James and Jennifer Morgan, 607 North 20th Street, interior remodel. Dennis and Mary Blicken, 3030 Sunset Terrace, single-family dwelling. Notification of Public Works purchasing a 2012 Dodge Ram 5500 bucket truck for $37,950, and a motion to pay the bills and transfers listed within registers number 4966 through 4968. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Item 7, consider a resolution appointing Aaron Burnett, the city administrator of the city of Keokuk, Iowa, to serve a 1-year term on the Southeast Iowa Regional Planning Commission Board of Directors. The term expires January 1, 2019.
So second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Item 8, consider a resolution accepting a quote from Keokuk Contractors Incorporated in the amount of $128,441 for the repair of 2nd and Fulton Street slide and South 7th culvert. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to abstain from voting on this one, as I've done work for Keokuk Contractors and may be part of this work here if needed, so I'd like to abstain.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Item 9, consider a resolution, a request from Real Cat America Incorporated to rezone lots 1 and 2, block 41, Reed's Edition, from R2 Single Family Dwelling District, and lots 3 through 6, block 41, Reed's Edition, from R3 Two Family Dwelling District to an M2 Heavy Industrial District, be assigned to the City Planning Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Oh,
Second.
you have something to say?
Oh, I could say a few things if it's okay.
Yeah, we need your name and,
Yep, my name is Bud Stein, and I'm with Engineering Studios Incorporated. I'm here just to help be a part of this, to kick this off for ROCAT. And thank you, Mayor, for giving us the time, and council too, and especially want to thank Pam Broomhall for helping us through this first phase. You would think it would be reasonably simple to get a few things signed, but just to show you ROCAT's commitment to this, we had to get the president off a plane in Brazil to get the document signed so we could get it here on time to get on this agenda. So I think that's a good sign. What I just want to do is just briefly hand out the drawing, and I'll start on each side of the council chambers here. Excuse me. It's just a simple drawing, but what it basically represents is the area that we would like to see rezoned. There's been a nice commitment from ROCAT in France to invest in the local ROCAT operation, and one of those commitments deals with a nice office building that can be used to get people out of the factory area and to reduce the amount of risk that they're in when they're working in the factory, area. And so that's what we're showing here today is just, and this is early on in the process. We really don't know where the building's going to go. In design, there's so many concepts going around that it's really unknown. But this is at least the area that is being looked at right now, and the area that we're requesting for rezoning. And so I just wanted to be here to thank you and start the process.
anybody got any questions?
Well, I just have an observation, and that is, it appears, like you said, you don't know exactly where it's going to be, but it appears that you're being respectful of the buffer zone, the green buffer along 7th Street that's in our comprehensive plan.
Right, and
we appreciate that.
sensitive to that, and there's some beautiful trees on that site. And there's 10-foot diameter trees, it looks like to me. So, I mean, there's a level of sensitivity they can give to those, but thank you.
Yes, I mean, I don't know if you were even aware of that, but there is
I am now.
the Green Street buffer that's within our
You
comprehensive
better
plan.
believe I'll
so-
mention it.
Okay.
But thank you.
Any other questions of Mr. Stein?
Well, I'd like to just comment that I would appreciate seeing your plans when we're a little further down the road, and certainly appreciate during your construction using local contractors if possible.
Thank you, good.
Anything else? Thank you very much, Mr.
All
Stein.
right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
You bet. Okay, have we had a motion?
Yes,
No.
we had a motion and a second.
Yes.
Susan and Mike.
Okay.
Discussion.
Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, item 10, motion to approve a special events permit for Lake Cooper Foundation for Thursday, August 23 through Sunday, August 26, 2018, for a street fair.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Consider a resolution authorizing a notice be sent to the property owner of 1027 Cedar Street requiring connection of their sewer facilities to the public sewer within 60 days. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Take your pick. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Item 12, consider a resolution to set the date and time for bid opening and public hearing pertaining to the Indian Hills and River Road lift station projects.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? And 13, consider a resolution approving the initial reading of ordinance number 1978, establishing the Keokuk Barge Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Well, I think since television audience is with us, maybe a quick explanation.
Well, basically, what we put a commission together. It's just similar to the Grand Theater, the Depot, different commissions in the city. And then those people will be in charge of, making decisions, trying to figure out what uses, the best use of the property will be, the barge. I sat down with Tom Richardson this week. We've gone over some names. He's gonna be dealing with it a lot more than I am, so I wanted his input. And we picked some people we thought would be good, and he's considering some others, and he's gonna come back and we'll go over them. So we haven't picked a commission yet. Nothing's been formalized, the members of the commission. But basically, they'll be in charge of, just like the Depot Commission, raising funds for the depot. It might be a little different for the barge, but, they're gonna go through it and figure out what's the best.
It's my understanding you had a pretty good field.
We had about 15 people.
Do we have a tentative timeline? I mean, for this ordinance to be in place, it looks like we really wouldn't be able to start putting it together till after the first of the year.
Well, we can pick the names out. They'll have to be approved by the council. And again, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to let Mr. Richardson do that, and probably right at the first of the year would be fine. I think that's the way we need to proceed. But you'll know ahead of time who the individuals are that are chosen, and we'll go from there. Any further questions or discussion about the Barge Commission? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed?
We need a roll call vote.
Oh, yep. It's written right here and I didn't read it. Roll call.
O'Connor,
Aye.
Payne,
Aye.
Wynn,
Aye.
Hellenthal,
Aye.
Mortimer,
Aye.
Pollitt,
Aye.
Bryant,
Aye.
Dunning.
Aye.
I will inform the council they could waive the second or second and third. I don't know whether that's whether you want to start a policy like that or whatever you want to do, but do you have enough council members to do it?
Mr. Mayor, I'd make a motion we waive the second and third to get this ordinance in place.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Andy? Any discussion on that? We'll do a roll call on that too.
O'Connor,
Aye.
Payne,
Aye.
Wynn,
Aye.
Hellenthal,
Aye.
Mortimer,
Aye.
Pollitt,
Aye.
Bryant,
Aye.
Dunning.
Aye.
Okay, passes. Do we have any committee reports from anyone? Do we have any new business? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Third, fourth, fifth.
Take your pick.
Aye.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Yeah.